Beautiful Laura. I love
Beautiful Wendy.
I love every second that I get to spend with you, and I'm so delighted, and this is how you know I'm not lying. Um, I am in great anticipation and appreciation for what we're about to talk about, even though we have no script, but I just feel the energy and the importance of being present in
moment,
this moment.
moment of this
Yes,
moment.
and marking this moment, the momentum that's been happening personally in my life, the momentum that's been happening in your life, and our agreement, our soul contract agreement,
Contracted, exactly.
right? To not keep this for ourselves, but to invite women into this collective rising of love and purpose.
Energy,
Yes.
energy and reinvention and
And
purposeful
impact.
reinvention and the impact. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that besides us just doing that in real time, you've captured it so beautifully in written word, which is, why we're having this conversation. But the what of this conversation is something that has been growing in me, in you, and in everyone that watches this, listens to this, feels resonance with this. And it's so beautiful to find the connection points and to realize that the cooperative components of the universe have been orchestrating all of this motion over all of these years and all of these moments in time to bring us here.
Yeah.
And we are reverent of what a big effing deal that is. And we're here for it.
Yeah. So I want to tell everyone listening or seeing this that I have my tissue box next to me. Wendy, first of all, I'm more than grateful. I think that I need to invent a word to express how how much happiness I have meeting you in this moment of your life, but also meeting me in this moment of my life. You
Yeah.
know, like, and we just chatted briefly 2 minutes, 3 minutes before hitting recording of this conversation, and we both realized that this whole not perfect comes in a moment where it's so relevant for what's going on in your life and what's going on in my life. And I think let's start talking about it because we don't have any script. So therefore, it's just a conversation.
Yes.
Saturday morning for you, Saturday afternoon for me. You might have your coffee. I might just have a bit of like, sunny afternoon ahead of me. So
Yes.
let's hit the conversation. But you are amazing, and I love that we share this Saturday morning and this momentum.
Yes, yes, and yes. So the reason for our conversation is because of your latest beautiful work, Whole, Not Perfect, Empowering Stories as Tools for Anyone Ready to Reinvent and Reclaim Themselves. Oh my
Without
word.
permission.
Right, right. With self-permission,
With
right?
self-permission,
Self-permission.
exactly. With self-permission, yeah. So, um, yeah. So ask ahead. You might want to know how this book came out.
I do. And I just, even reading the subtitle and the beautiful teaser on the back cover makes me so excited that I don't have any other calls today, and I can read this entire gorgeous piece of work and integrate it and live the life that I've been queuing myself up for this whole time.
Well, um, I'll give you more teasers
Please.
about the book. Last time when we talked about stories with purpose. Your story has purpose too. A book inviting the readers to an experience. At the end of that experience, they were able to have clarity and claim their own story, the story which brought them where they are right now. And I'm not sure if I mentioned in that conversation, which was or late spring this year with you, or
Yes.
early summer. Maybe I mentioned, maybe I didn't, that it was a second book was in pipeline. And in June, actually, I went through the manuscript and I put that manuscript in the trash can
Mm.
because I had a very big realization
Mhm.
and I really wanted to reinvent what the book was about.
Yeah.
When I say I put the manuscript in the trash, it's not that like actually put it in the trash. Actually, I put it on the shelf and I start it again because of a very
Mm.
big realization. And in the first podcast, and I encourage everyone to go back to the first podcast when we were talking together.
I will link
Um,
it in the description.
um, I was talking about, my corporate life, the fact that 25 years I had an amazing corporate experience. And I think that somehow we landed in the moment when I decided to change to entrepreneurship.
Correct.
And when I wanted to start, to bring the second book to life, actually, I realized that in the last 2 years, at the beginning of the change, when I moved from corporate to entrepreneurship, when I strip off my business title, my job description, my business cards, having that very nice, title, which actually was who I was at that time, I realized that I went through an identity crisis.
Mm.
And I I was going back and I said, okay, so how I felt. So I felt that I didn't know who I was anymore without that title, without that job description. And actually, I was not sure what I am good at, not having the job description of my previous roles. So if you strip off that and you are like, you sit in front of the mirror one day and you don't know exactly what you're gonna do tomorrow, you have these questions. So the questions were who I was and what I'm good at. And I did a couple of things, maybe knowing or not knowing, but intuitively, I
Mhm.
went a path which actually revealed to me that each and every of us, we have an undeniable uniqueness
Yes.
which helps us go through any challenges, build any success stories, and that uniqueness also help us to who we are becoming.
Yes.
And when I realized that, I said, okay, so how you define that uniqueness? Because I had so many, I had so many people coming into my life, including you, Wendy. We've met this year, but I think when I started to recreate, I started to recreate the book and rewrite the book, having all these people coming into my life and teaching me something. because I think
Right.
everyone coming into our life is teaching us something, but
Yes.
we give back something, right?
Correct.
And how we do that, we do it because of we are so unique and we have so much to give to each other. So I came up with
Yes,
a
and if I
formula.
can stop you there for just a moment to say, it's these new connections that become, for me, what I'm noticing, like they are the stairs that are getting me to the woman that I'm becoming at a faster rate than my linear mind thinks is possible. If I say,
Exactly.
well, it took 57 years to get where I am now, so it's going to take X amount of years to get to where I want to be, but it's this resonance, it's this availability, the surrender, this being unattached to the outcome that has us present and aware to find ourselves on the same radio station as somebody
Exactly.
else. So
Same frequency. Same
exactly.
frequency.
So we are the vibrational match of our energy, and our who we are is catapulted. We have a quantum leap together because it's the years of your momentum colliding in a beautiful way,
Colliding, yes.
resonating with the years of my momentum. And then that collective rise feels
And
like,
elevates and
right, it
elevates.
feels supernatural because it is. And when we find
Yes.
ourselves, the in the olden days, which we are aware of a radio station, when you tune into the radio station, it's not a group of people talking saying, hey, we should start a band, and you could probably write a song. Okay, let's try that. Oh, you should take guitar lessons. No, you get to the radio station, the song is already halfway over. it's
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
already happening. So it's just us
Tuning,
being
tuning,
tuning
tuning
in.
and
Yes, yes.
recognizing the frequency which actually we want to embrace.
Right. And when we get there, it's already happening, and we just sing the song.
We just like, singing the song because we love the song which we are hearing.
Yes. Yes. And
Yes,
it's that
yes,
collective, it's the collective energy and frequency that makes it be something that is already done. And we've just found our way into it. It's not something that we have to recreate or figure out. It's something that we allow. And in that
yeah,
allowing, that's the reinvention. That's the redefining. It's not necessarily like burning down everything that is in the past. It's just tuning in and shedding what I don't have to carry, what is not in service to my purpose, and then meeting all of the cooperative components that are on that radio station with me, and then everyone else can
yeah,
tune in as well.
yeah, yeah. So I think when you are tuning, I'm just gonna keep
Please.
the metaphorical radio station. I think when you are tuning to a radio station, and you are listening to a frequency which is already embraced by many, each and every companion, let's call it, to meeting on that frequency, it comes with something unique, and
Yeah.
the frequency is like getting richer, much more like, you feel that there is a compounding effect on it, right? But that uniqueness, that individual uniqueness, um, I will speak about the formula, which I found it very interesting because this is something which I I'm saying all the time, that it's an individual responsibility to own your uniqueness.
Mm, yes. Yes.
And the formula, I found it, it's a very simple one, but it also requires individual work to really start, claim it. And it goes like this. Like, we talked about the story which brought you here, right? Like those kind of like 3, 5 aha moments, which gives you, which actually directed your life, your journey, and brought you in the present moment.
Yes.
And the book, when you read the subtitle, you said stories as tools. A very
Mhm.
good friend of mine, when I was like, having the subtitles, different options, she came out saying like, you know what, I think that you should really start talking about stories as tools, because stories as tools for emotional connection, for bringing people together, for making you realize that there are all these learnings in the past. So I said, okay, stories as tools. So when I'm talking about individual uniqueness, it's your unique story that brought you where you are right now. And there is a framework in the book which helps you actually understand not only the learnings out of those kind of 3, 5 big moments, but it's a very important thing, which the framework is helping you identify. It's about how you take those learnings along with you in through the life. Because
Yes.
some people that are saying, oh, we learned that, but okay, so how you take that learning, or what is that kind of 1, 2, 3 things which actually you can take it with you, and they become part of who you are now. So
Right.
that's very unique to everyone. The story is unique. Those kind of decision, what you take with you, each and every of us, we decide based on what we believe that is going to serve us next, right?
Yes. Yes.
That that's the first element. The second element, and it just happens that I had it shelved somewhere in my past corporate life, and I just realized that those talents, which I knew that I have them, but I didn't realize how I was using it lately. So each and every of us, we have what I'm calling the strengths DNA.
Okay.
We all have 34 talents, which we can access in different way. The 10, the top 10 are the ones which comes very naturally, limited effort. They can become, when you name them and you know what they are, and you start understanding how you use them, overuse them or underuse them, you start balancing, and say, okay, so these are my top 10 strengths. And this is not me saying that, it's like 50 years of research of Gallup and
Right.
Clifton Strength Assessment saying that. And that's
Yes.
so powerful and so empowering. And you have the rest of 24 out of 34 talents, which you can access, but needs a bit of effort depending when they are, where they are on the hierarchy, right? And
Yes.
you might decide to want to access them and to have that effort if it's so imperative and useful to you. But you might also consider to keep, using your top 10, which are very natural and you really enjoy using them, which might compensate for some of the things which requires effort. But this is very unique to you. You have it.
Yes.
I have my top 10. You have your top 10. The third element are the values. And when people are talking about values, they are saying, oh, I have these values. I want, honesty, respect. And but the definition of values, it's about what are those behaviors, the way how you behave, the way how what you appreciate in
Mhm.
other people's behaviors. And if you appreciate that, do you embody that, right?
Oh,
What
that's so
matters for
good.
you the most in life? to see in yourself and in others. And it could be anything between friendship, family, loyalty, courage. And I think each and every of us, we know what they are. It's very important that we anchor that, and we recognize those values in the way how we behave and some other people behave. But the
Yes.
top five, I think, are very unique to each and every of us. And the fourth element, it's your future story, which
Ooh.
actually,
So good. I'm taking so many notes. This is so good.
so the future story is, so you and I, Wendy, we might have the same aspiration, and the same aspiration could be, let's create this kind of like, empowering women community where women, they can find their voice, they can understand their strengths and so on. Let's say it like this. But the journey to build that community, the decisions which we are going to take, the actions, they're going to be very different.
Right.
So even if you have, if the two of us, we have same aspiration, same North Star, we are going to have a very unique journey.
Right.
And we are going to settle different milestones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just because we live on different continents, but also because the way how our strengths get into action, we might iterate the steps differently. So therefore, the fourth element is the unique journey which someone has towards their aspirations. So if you are thinking like this, there are four elements unique to each and every individual. Therefore, I was just saying that I think it's individual responsibility to own your past story, to understand your strengths and what can motivate you to really enjoy what you are doing based on your strengths, not on your weaknesses. I think it's a responsibility to understand what matters most for you in life, your values. But as important is to have an aspiration and to really
Mm.
use all the above, the learnings, the strengths, the values, to walk that journey towards your aspiration and have a plan for it.
Yes.
That's an individual responsibility. Now, are we going to be perfect? Hell no.
No. Which is
No,
just like that's a whole other show. Like what
exactly.
everyone not every that's a broad generalization. I find so many times the women that I'm in conversation with start talking about something they're really excited about and then immediately say, "Well, it's not perfect, but da 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 da." It's like, "Oh my gosh, what is perfect and why do we keep using this word as if it's the goal when I mean, sometimes I think done is better than perfect. Sometimes I
Absolutely.
right? It's like
Even fail is better than perfect, you know?
right, and I heard somebody say it was Kathy Heller, and she on her podcast, she just said this one phrase that perfectionism is a trauma response. I had to pull the car over. I was like, what? I thought it was an attribute that communicated my dedication and attention to detail. No, it's fear-based. It's
Response.
fear-based. Perfectionism is fear-based. So when you say something is not perfect, you should actually applaud yourself because that means you're not motivated by the fear of somebody else's interaction with this thing that's so important to you. If
Yeah.
it's perfect, it's left
I think
you've missed
I
the
think
mark. Perfect is
yeah,
missing the mark.
you miss the mark, but I think there is, we need to be aware, and depending on the environment where you live or you work, and depending on how the relationships are built, and how people are raising expectations, there are so many people still falling into creating things which they are saying, I want that to be perfect. You hear that. You hear people saying, I want that to be perfect. And I think, uh, depending on the situation, right? They might want to say, I want this to be like, well-rounded. I really don't want to miss an angle. I really want to make sure that I'm using all the perspectives or the lenses and so on and so forth. And might be nothing wrong with that. I think when things are going sideways is when you delay things for yourself or for others, um, trying to find that perfection which is not going to come with any incremental kind of
Mhm.
benefits, right?
Right.
When you just go the rabbit hole and actually there is nothing beneficial unless you create anxiety for others and for yourself.
Right.
And I went that rabbit hole, so I talk from experience
Yes.
until I learned that, you know, um, as you said, done is better than perfect. Progress is better than perfect. And sometimes failing is better than perfect.
Yes.
Because if you take something which is not fully baked, but you try it, you put it out there, you get someone to use it, you understand the reaction, you can have the second iteration. It's not going to be perfect. And we as human beings, for God's sake, we are not perfect. Like,
Right.
I'm the most, and I'm so proud of being imperfect, right? I'm
Right.
proud because my faults, they might be funny. My The fact that I do mistakes, because I'm not a perfect person, I do mistakes. Oh, that those help me grow. The fact that I do mistakes and I carry on scars, because yeah,
Mm,
I failed in different things, and
right.
maybe I experienced pain. I was broken-hearted. But you know what? That makes me more beautiful.
Totally. Right. I
It's like
feel
the
like it's
kintsugi,
this.
right?
Yes, yes, yes. And explain that process of
Say it
that.
again.
Explain that process of the gold in the cracks.
Yes, the gold on the cracks, because is this Japanese very famous story when it was this kind of like, how you call it, pottery,
Yes.
the pottery atelier, where they were trying to make this kind of beautiful teacups, perfect. And one day one cup fell to the floor, and when they started to redo, actually they realized that it becomes much more beautiful, because it was that kind of goldy shimmering kind of, um, yeah, thing which they were using. And actually that become much more like, beautiful to look at.
Right.
And it's same applicable to people.
Mhm.
More than you grow up, more than you are going through challenges and you get on the other side with your learnings, you take them with you. You you get to carry on your scars with dignity, and you own them. That makes anyone much more beautiful. And through those challenges and through those scars, actually, you have the ability to reinvent yourself. You become a better person going through that, or you become a different person. So to me, what the book is about, because I really want to go back to the beginning, to at least someone to understand what is with this kind of like whole, not perfect, and the uniqueness of individual. I think that the book is helping the reader to really understand the importance of their uniqueness, and is giving them stories and reflection space to really start, nailing down their own uniqueness, or at least to be curious about, and to celebrate their uniqueness, even though knowing that they are not perfect, and to celebrate their imperfections, and to have this combination, uniqueness plus imperfection, making them the authentic self.
Mhm.
And I really have one thing which I'm always like every day when I'm looking in the mirror, I have a new like mantra, which
Ooh,
which I really start, you know, I smile when I'm saying, because your individual uniqueness with your like beautiful imperfections, you are a ball. As there is even a poem in the book, I am a ball. Um, Actually, it's what the real life needs, because the real life needs the real you. And the real
mm,
you has this uniqueness as much as it has imperfections.
gorgeous. It's so
So,
gorgeous.
yeah.
I love
So,
and I love this idea of redefining perfect in a way that is an internal measure. So instead of perfect, maybe we are prioritizing presence. Like when I
and
say
uniqueness, and
done is
uniqueness.
better than perfect because it's perfect for this moment, I need to hit send, I need to hit publish, I need to hit record. Like this is as
Yes.
good as it's going to get in this moment, and I can build onto it going forward, but we cannot steer a parked car. We can't we need the
Yeah, yeah,
momentum
exactly.
to continue to build, but instead of identifying an outward definition of perfect of, is that will this other person think it's perfect? It is, like you said, it's whole. It is, I am present in this moment. I am whole in this moment. And that is how I'm showing up as my real true self in this moment.
I can, I think that you really need to write something, you know, at the beginning of my book, like
I would be honored.
you resonating with the book. I love
Yeah.
to have that. And yes, I think that what we bring in this conversation, it's our, you know, uniqueness, imperfections, but we create that kind of like, you know, it's a package, it's like a whole, it's a whole. I'm coming, you know, with all the value I can bring to the conversation and genuine authenticity, because this is who I am.
Right.
That's the real me in the present moment, and this is all what I can offer. And I
Yes.
think that is whole enough, you know?
Absolutely. Because your commitment to yourself is real. And when you drop into that, when you know that you are prioritizing you, you are prioritizing the best version of you, you are implementing the practices that support that commitment to yourself. There's just no other way that you are going to show up. Like, this is it. I'm loving this conversation because I love you. And I love, like, every time we talk, I feel
Love
like
you back.
it's like magic. But also, we started this conversation at 7 a.m. my time. For the 2 hours prior to that, I was in my morning practice. So you are also getting the very best version of me because my commitment to myself is real, and that's the practice that supports the woman that I'm becoming. So it's these moments of practice, expression,
Practice and
practice,
expression.
expression. And those are the rungs to the ladder that get us where we're going. But if we continue to practice without expression because we're waiting for some level of perfection, we
And
will not,
or permission.
right? Right? We will not climb this ladder. And then if we do, we find out the ladder's against the wrong wall. Like,
Yeah.
it's this presence and this whole concept of recognizing that we are whole, not perfect, and that we can begin today to take the steps that lead us toward the person that we're becoming. And we are the decider. We're the decider of who we're becoming. We're the decider of what steps we take. We are the decider of all of it, of if we are going to focus on perfection or if we're going to focus on wholeness. It's all a decision away.
Yes, yes. And I like what you are saying, that you really needs to take everything into practice and to be very intentional. Because the other thing which sometimes it's a very fine line, it's the line between insights,
Mm,
learnings.
yeah.
So everyone is like, and what are the learnings out of that? I'm like, oh, this one, like, I realized about myself that I was in an identity crisis. Let's take this statement, right? I realized, oh, that's a good insight. So how that manifested? I was fear of, like, being judged, fear of losing people around me because I was
Mm,
not who I was before. That there were like many fears, fear of uh, going into a life where I didn't know what to expect, and maybe I was not ready with. Fear of not knowing which strengths are going to help me to get on the other side. So you have a lot of, like, there is a lot, when you get into this entrepreneurship, there is a lot happening, and the identity crisis can manifest on many things. So you have many insights, you have questions, you have insights when you start knowing yourself. I say, okay, so I have these strengths. Interesting. How can I use it? Oh, I have these connections. How they can help me? Who are the friends which can really help me and hold a space with me as I'm going through these journeys? So you start moving pieces, right? So you have a lot of insights. But I think the the critical point is how you take all these insights to intentional steps and
right.
actions, is what you are saying, practice.
Yeah.
So I realized that I need help.
Mm,
When you realize that you need help, you need to raise your hand, because otherwise there is nobody knocking at your door saying, oh, do you need some help?
right.
Right? So to me, when people are talking about learnings or dissecting what's going on in their life and having some findings or insights, it's the most important step is how you take those insights in intentions, and
Right.
intentions in actions, and
Right.
actions into outcome, and outcome into impact. I
Right.
think that is a
Oh,
journey.
okay. I love an iteration. I love all of those eyes. Can you say them again?
Okay. I'll say it again. How you take insights into intention, how you take intention into action.
We'll call it inspired action since
Inspired
it's
action
an
is
I.
okay. Inspired action, how you take the actions into the outcome, and
Yes.
outcome into impact.
Also an I. I love it. So good.
Yes, yes. It's like, it's when you start thinking like this, is for anyone. And I think that the book gives a lot of frameworks for
Yes.
taking your thinking, your stories, through a very simple process. Either is the story process, the real process, helping you discover your talents. Either it's a dream process. And the dream process, the dream framework is the framework which helps you articulate your aspirations in
Yep.
present tense.
Yep.
But M at the end of dream stands for momentum,
Yeah.
because I think Wendy, you inspire me. I'm on the roll today, so I don't know. You always do that to me. I don't know how you do it, but you always inspire me, and I'm on the roll.
I'm
So
already like thinking of how I'm going to have coffee chats every Saturday morning with past podcast guests. Like I'm like it's a whole thing now. And
yes,
we're going
and
to
can
do
can
a retreat in Dubai to be with you. Like you should see all the notes that
exactly.
I've taken of what's going to happen
Thank you,
as a
thank you.
result of this conversation. So please keep going on the dream framework.
So You know, and I think that the fact that we talk right now, the two of
Yep.
us, and we are close to Thanksgiving, we are close to Christmas and year end. I think what will be very maybe useful
Mhm.
for your listener and viewers is that
Mhm.
when you put those kind of like, resolutions, people call it the New
Mhm.
Year resolution, right?
Yeah.
And saying,
Yep.
okay, the New Year resolution, which might sound like, oh, I'm just gonna start going to gym, or oh, I'm gonna take a course, and da da da. The dream framework gives you the framework how to put in the present tense what you want to do, and it's also about the action, putting so I want to go, I want to start going to gym, and I really want to achieve this kind of objective, and I'm gonna take this kind of actions in order. I'm buying the equipment, but the M stands for momentum, because
Mm.
usually with the resolutions, people are saying, I'm gonna be doing that future. No, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
Mm.
And the
Yes.
first and the first three actions, momentum, it's about what are those kind of 1, 2, 3 small, simple steps
Right.
which you start doing now, is the commitment,
Yeah.
right? And to me, that framework helps people not only talking present tense and manifesting, but it also nails down the commitment which they must take to start with something now, not
Yes.
tomorrow, like
Hmm.
now, right? And to me, that is like, for me, as as an aspiration, or I always have aspirations, and I always
Yes.
nail down my aspiration saying that, oh, yes, my aspiration is to have like 1 million, I would say, people who I'm impacting positively by the end of 2030, either my books, my
Ooh,
courses, my
gorgeous.
speaking engagements, my you know so, and I'm gonna the way how I manifest, I say I have 1 million people at the end
Yeah.
of
Hmm.
2030. But
Right.
to get there, what do I need to do? I need to build a community now.
Yeah.
What I'm going to be doing? I'm collecting WhatsApp, like, cell phones, and like I build a community based on that,
Yes.
period. I start doing something small,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
to me, for anyone who is listening and wants to put resolutions out there, get the dream framework from Whole Not Perfect and put your aspirations, your resolutions, present tense. Keep the momentum, take an action from the 1st of January. Don't wait 15. Don't say, I'm going to be starting Valentine's Day and somewhere in March, or let's wait for the Q2. No, it's now. It's present.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's such a mic drop. Okay, I love it so much. Everybody, I've linked Whole Not Perfect in the description of this. Get your hands on the book. We will be using it for the Word of the Year workshop that I'm hosting in January. We will use it for implementing a morning practice. If that's your goal for 2026, all of the things, be on the lookout. Laura, I love you. I'm so
Love you
excited
back.
that we get to partner in the most loving version of world domination. I'm totally here for it. And, a beautiful way that you are getting to your 1 million is that you are leveraging the communities of the women that you are aligned with. So you didn't have to add to your WhatsApp group all the numbers of the people that are watching this or listening to this, but the ripple effects of that impact adds to your aspiration of 1 million
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
It's so good. It's so good. Thank
I,
you
I'm
so much. I love
I
you.
thank you, Wendy. I thank you. I love you back. And it's so good to have a Saturday morning, your morning, and my Saturday afternoon together with you. And thank you. Love you back.